It's showtime, folks.
Absolute ass, absolute ass. Welcome back to the channel. Hawks drop 4 to the Nashville Predators. I am live from the Hilton Hotel in Nashville. Yes, I've decided to go on this Blackhawks road trip here, me and the fam hitting this Nashville game and also the upcoming games in Colorado and Utah. So very much looking forward to those as well. Unfortunately, we have dropped the first game of the road trip to the Nashville Predators. Blackhawks' first game of the road trip here. First game since the Olympic break here, February 26th. Been 22 days since we last seen Blackhawks hockey. Definitely quite the adjustment going from Blackhawks hockey. Well, I should say going from Olympic hockey to Blackhawks hockey. Definitely quite a drop in performance, to say the least. Definitely a drop in talent, but yeah, definitely definitely wasn't missing this Blackhawks team based on the way that the Olympic hockey we been watching. Team USA was something else, and yeah, definitely adjusting back to Blackhawks hockey is definitely an adjustment, to say the least. That was absolute word salad by yours truly, but yeah, no, I thought I was missing this Blackhawks team until this game, but no, there are good things to take away from this game. We'll get into it, but yeah, again, the game itself, Spencer Knight in net for the Blackhawks and Justice Annunen in net for the Nashville Predators. They were without UC Saros in this one, who represented Finland in the Olympics. So I think that's an opportunity for the Blackhawks to take this one here. Obviously, facing their backup, Saros is one of the top goaltenders in the league, one of the more underrated keepers in the league. So you think, when you're facing Justice, I got this little thing in net. I think that's an opportunity to maybe pepper some goals here. I'm talking kind of quietly in this one because last time I did a video in a hotel, I got noise complaints. And I got my mic here, so I'm talking pretty quietly. But it's 10 o'clock, so I'm hopeful I won't get any noise complaints this time. But anyway, I just want to explain myself. I'm quieter in this video, that's why. But yeah, getting the game itself. Well, first of all, I got to say, I'll talk more about Bridgestone Arena in the vlog. That'll come out later, but very nice arena. Good things to say about Bridgestone. I've been to quite a few rinks. I believe this is number 14 now, I believe, so nearly halfway there. But I would say Bridgestone would be probably top half, I would say, in terms of arenas I've been to. Got some more merch here. Well, not really merch. They were handing out free T-shirts for pediatric cancer awareness, so I got this shirt here. I don't know if I'll ever wear it, but anyway, just another souvenir, a little bit of merch to take away from the game. But yeah, getting the game itself, first period underway. Blackhawks get a power play opportunity right away to start the game, and as you can imagine, based on the way the 2026 Blackhawks power play is operated, they failed to convert on said power play. Shocker. That's just the way these power plays have gone in 2026. It's been brutal, and you think they had time to work on over the break, but yeah, it doesn't look any different. They get a 4-minute power play after that, so it's effectively 3 power plays, 6 minutes of power play time to start this game, and they would not convert on the 4-minute power play as well. It was very sloppy, poor puck movement, had a hard time breaking the puck in the zone. We've seen it all year, right? The push-it-back entry has been a struggle. So yeah, it's big missed opportunities early in the game, right? You get 3 power plays effectively early in the game. You want to take advantage, right? You want to get a goal to kind of set the tone for the game, and they weren't able to do so. So right away, it's I think the Preds got some momentum from that. You could see. Spencer Knight bailed out the Hawks quite a few times in the first. The defense was pretty brutal in this game. A lot of bad turnovers, especially from Artie. And it's actually Artie turnover that leads to the first Nashville Predators goal. Brutal turnover. It was pretty rough to see. Artie was scratched the last few games before the Olympic break there. They spent some time to work on his development, right? Well, so far I can't say we've seen much improvement. Artie was pretty brutal in this game. That Preds goal was from Philip Forsberg, by the way. I believe they had 4 Olympic representatives. We have 1 turbo, but yeah, Forsberg of the 25th of the year for the Preds. But yeah, brutal turnover from Artie, man. And yeah, so far I can't really say, man, it's just one game, but I gotta say it was pretty brutal in this game so far. Not really seeing the improvement from that 3-game stretch that they took to work on his development there. So long way to go for Artie, right? Long way to go, but man, he's such a roller coaster to watch. But yeah, games like that, the more games we see like that, it's like, I don't know. I know the Hawks don't want to send him down to Rockford, but I mean, the way he's been playing lately, it's like I'm not really sure they could have much of a choice. I mean, they sent Renzel down to Rockford early in the year, and I think he's benefited from that. I think he's been much better since he's been called back up to the Blackhawks. So I don't know why they wouldn't consider doing the same with Levchinov. I guess it's just not a good look to have to send your second overall pick down to Rockford. But I don't know. He's just kind of looked out of place out there, man. I don't know. I feel like it would benefit him, but what do I know? I don't know. They would have done it by now. But yeah, I think first period thoughts overall, you could see the rust in both squads. Definitely a lot of rust in the Blackhawks end. You could tell that they've been off for 3 weeks, and a lot of the boys have been spending time in Cancun because just wasn't much to see in that first period. But this game really got going more in the second. I think the Hawks had a much stronger second period, and as Bedsy strikes in the second. Beautiful snipe from him. Got the pass from Ryan Green there. Nice setup from Ryan Green. Beautiful shot from Bedard. I'm wondering if Team Canada's already regretting their decision. I mean, I think they could have used a shot like that. I think they could have used a release like that in the Olympics, man. I don't know. I think it probably could have come in handy there against Team USA, but the world will never know. The world will never know. But yeah, I think Bedard's already taken it personally, man. You love to see it from him. So beautiful goal from him. I believe it's 24 for the year. That's a career high for him. So 24 goals, 30 assists, 54 points in 45 games in the year for Bedard. And you want to see him end the year strong, especially after being snubbed from the Olympics. You want to see him take that personally, use his motivation, end the year as strong as possible. So good stuff from Bedard there. He was fantastic in this game. Definitely, I think, the most noticeable Blackhawk of this game, I would say. Could have easily expanded upon that. He would get a breakaway pretty soon after, a chance to get a second goal of the game. He decided to try to go for the 5-hole on end, and unfortunately was not able to convert there. So missed opportunity there. You don't see Bedard get a ton of breakaways, but when he does, he likes to use you see him in the shootout a lot. He likes to try to go 5-hole, right? I think Annan saw that coming. Probably didn't get quite as much on that shot as he would have liked. I think he wanted to get a bit more on that. Unfortunately, fails to convert. He had another opportunity in this period. I forget who was the setup. I believe it was Burakovsky who set him up for the 1T, and just missed there. So Bedard had a few opportunities in this period after the goal as well. Could have easily had another 2 goals after that as well. So, but still, great period from him. Better period from the Hawks after a rough first period, and they go into the third period tied 1 apiece. So a good chance to come away with this game. Hawks get a power play around the third. So far, 0 for 3 in this game. Hopefully the fourth time will be the charm for them. And it would be. Backdoor Burt, baby. Tyler Bertuzzi, if his 25th of the year. He saw Bedard time on goals. He took that personally, so he scored his 25th. Or actually, that may have been his 26th. That was his 26th, yeah, so my bad. Math incorrect on there. But yeah, Burt and Bedard have definitely been carrying the Blackhawks offense, to say the least. I mean, it's Burt 26, Bedard 24, and I think the next is like third with 10th, right? I believe it's Burakovsky with 10, so it's a large drop off between Bedard, Burakovsky, and the rest of the Bedard, Bertuzzi, and the rest of the Hawks offense. Not Burakovsky. He's been pretty hard to watch lately. I mean, you look at that first line. I think Bedard and Green have definitely found chemistry. They've been playing well together. But Burakovsky's been holding that line back, man. Burakovsky's been holding that line back. I mean, I've been dragging him a lot, I would say, in this 2026 portion of the year. But yeah, he's been rough to watch, man. Rough to watch. After a strong start to the year, I'm not really sure what's happened with him. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Hawks get the lead there. Good to see. But yeah, unfortunately, from that point on, the Preds took over in this game. Hawks take their first penalty of the game. You knew the Preds are going to get power play at some point in this game, right? Hawks have 4 power plays at this point. You knew the Preds are going to get one back at some point, and Hawks take a penalty pretty soon out. I believe it was Foligno had an interference call, and it was Matthew Wood who strikes in the power play. I had a shame. It came with 5 seconds left. The Hawks nearly kill it off, but Wood gets plenty of time and space there. Left that man open there, and he had a nice snipe there at the top of the game for the Predators. So lead would not last long for the Blackhawks, which, as we know, this Blackhawks team has had an issue of protecting leads all year. So unfortunately, and this is a game that, unfortunately, that wouldn't change. Game got pretty chippy in the third. You could tell, these teams are pretty bitter rivals, right? Division rivals, and there's quite a few scrums, chippiness in this game in the third period. There's a scrum after a Nashville penalty late in the game. Hawks get a power play with about 7 minutes left in the game. Think, okay, here's a chance to take the lead back, right? Here's a chance to take the lead back. It kind of felt like they had the score in this power play because momentum had kind of been sliding to the Preds' favor after they tied the game. And fortunately, another brutal penalty for the Blackhawks. They go 1 for 5 in the power play in this game. Preds get the kill. You knew that's going to come back to bite the Hawks, right? And yeah, it would. Ryan O'Reilly Ryan O'Reilly would give the Predators the lead late in the game. I think that's probably one Spencer Knight would want back. I think that one kind of squeezed past Knight's pads. Decent shot, but not the best shot. I think that's probably one Spencer Knight would want back. He was great in this game, very good in this game, but I think that was kind of a soft one to let up. And that gave the Preds the lead late in the game, about 3 minutes left in the game. Hawks pulled the goalie there with about 1:30 left, and Frank Nazar, an absolutely brutal turnover by Frank. I believe it was to Stammer, and he steals the game for the Predators 4-2. Rough game from Frank, man. Yeah, you want to see more from him for sure. Obviously, got off to a strong start this year in October, early November, but since he came back from that injury, he has a couple injuries this year, but since then he just hasn't quite been the same. So you hopefully want to see him get his confidence back, get his swagger back to finish the year. Hopefully we can see that from him. But yeah, that sealed the game for the Predators, 4-2 win for them. Fortunate to see for the Blackhawks. You wanted to start this road trip off of a W, set the tone for the road trip, right? He's got a tough weekend coming up, right? Back to back, Colorado and Utah. It's a tough back to back. Colorado obviously has had an historic season, right? So that's gonna be a tough game. And then and Utah is in the playoff mix as well. It's an important game for Nashville, right? They're in the playoff mix much more so than we are. it kind of felt like for the Blackhawks, they want any chance of playoffs. They kind of had to, get a bit of a run here to kind of start off this post-Olympic stretch. Unfortunately, so far, not off to the start there. 10 points out of a playoff spot, and you kind of have a feeling if they drop these next year before the trade deadline, that's kind of, going to seal that. And I think the Hawks will probably go and sell them both the trade deadline approaching March 6th. So a few games left before then to kind of see what they do there. But so far, it kind of feels like that's the way it's going to go. But yeah, Hawks dropped this one 4-2. They dropped a 22, 27, and 9 on the year. And then Preds, big win for them, like I said. But overall, it was an entertaining game, fun game to watch. Nice arena. Again, I have good things to say about Bridgestone and the arena review / vlog when I do that. That'll come out after the road trip. I'm not sure if I'll throw them all into one video. I'll probably separate them. Bridgestone, Colorado, and Utah probably get their own videos. So, but no, fun game to watch. Not as fun as the Olympic hockey we've been watching, I would say, the last few weeks, but still entertaining game to watch. We'd like to see the Hawks come away with this one, but it is what is there. I want to give a shout out, by the way, to Hawks-style memes. And one of my fellow Blackhawks memers, Blackhawks content creators, actually ran into him at the game, so it was fun to see him. A couple other followers I know were at the game, so it was, if I saw you, great. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but it's pretty cool once again. Just like the Carolina game I went to, there's quite a few Bjork memes followers there. A lot of Blackhawks fans this game as well. I would say it was probably a 70-30 split, but plenty of Blackhawks fans at this game, which isn't really a surprise. I mean, Nashville's pretty close, and there's a lot of Chicago transplants there as well, so not really surprised there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this one. Hawks lose, but Bedard goal, baby. Hawks lose, but Bedard goal. So we'll take it. We'll take it, right? I will say this game is definitely this game is definitely one we've seen a lot this year, right? Where Hawks take the early lead, right? But power play comes up short. It's a narrow edge choke where they blow a lead. We've seen it how many times this year. So, that's when Blackhawks hockey's back, man. 3 weeks without it, but I think we're right back to what we've been used to this year, to say the least. So, that's all I got for this one. Hawks' next game is Saturday at Colorado. We will be at that one. We will be at that one, and hopefully a better result. But based on the way Colorado's been playing this year, I have a feeling that's going to be a pretty rough game. But we shall see. We shall see. Anyway. That's all I got for this one. Justin Lynch, Bjork memes out. If you like this content, feel free to subscribe. We just passed 800 subs, so really appreciate that. It means a ton to me. And like this video around, share it around, friends, family, if you enjoy the content. All right, that's all I got for this one. Justin Lynch, Bjork memes out. We will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Boop.